threads. Sheesh. I'm gonna try to break this down without overwhelming you guys. But basically, all you gotta do, and I mean, this is it all depends like which strategy you take to grow on threads. It depends on if you're building a business or if you are like doing this as a side hustle, or like how much time do you have. So my response to your question, like how do you grow on threads, truly depends on like all of those characteristics. And if your goal is to make a little bit of income just kind of promoting a bunch of products and not really kind of building your own business, then the paths are different for how to grow on threads. Now, no matter what, one thing that you got to understand when growing on threads, for any kind of thread you add, if that thread does not have any way to connect with people and is just kind of, like trending thread only, and not really a thread that allows you to connect with people, or should I say, like, if the ratio of the threads is not balanced well in a way where you are shown combination of different things, like the type of threads where you're connecting with people and the type of threads that are trending, if you don't maintain that ratio, that balance, yeah, it's going to be difficult to grow. But if you do maintain that balance, it's going to be relatively easy for you to grow. So what kind of threads should you be producing? Well, very simple threads for quick views and growth. Very strategic threads, the types of threads that combine pain point and fun and realization that it is fun. Um, and of course, if you want to see a bunch of examples, go ahead on my threads. You're going to see what it looks like. So the real T is maintaining that balance when creating those threads. But a lot of people say, well, I tried, I tried threads, but it didn't work for me. Like, what am I doing wrong? And when I look at people threads, what I see is just type of threads that are kind of shouting into the void, but uh, not really connective to their audience, and not just random audience, but literally I see people post on threads that don't position their messaging in any shape and form at all. They're just kind of like blasting posts and hoping that it will reach people. But think of posts as just like you kind of shouting into the void. Think of comment as somebody shaking hands. If it took me close to 2 years to even get to the point where I was getting comments. If you get to the point where on threads you're getting comments, you know you're doing something right. But if you're not getting comments, guys, the reason why is because like it's not about content. A lot of people tell you it's about content, but it's not just content. Content is very small part, very small part. But it still needs to be like fire content, lead content, but it's a very small part. So guys, look, at the end of the day, the thread needs to be there needs to be a combination of multiple well-balanced threads across your journey, relevant to your mission as it pertains to your audience and your audiences. There needs to be transitive properties involved in your threads. So when you're really creating a thread, you're not really targeting like your audience. What you're really targeting is your audience's audience. And when your audience sees that you're targeting audiences, your audience's audience, when they see that transitive property of mathematics kicking in, they don't like they see it and they get mesmerized. To get this is just this takes time, a little bit of time. But once you practice targeting your audience's audience, you're gonna be able to create effect, that psychological effect that will get people right away. Be like, yo, what the hell? I kind of, I want that. And they'll be like, yo, I want, I want in. Now, once you create that, once you start using transitive property of mathematics to attract your audience's audience, it's going to be smooth sailing. Now, what would be an example of that? Well, let's say you're targeting barbershops. In those barbershops, we got hello, we got Christine. So let's say you're targeting barbershops, and what you're really targeting, you're not really targeting the barbershops. So let's say you have a service. Let's say you are social media manager or AI automation company or any kind of service that you provide, and now you need to get in front of your audience, and you want them to pay you money. But if you just create a thread tailored towards barbershops, you're not going to get any customers for barbershops. Mathematics that are in place that are kicking in. Triumphs and tribulations, noticing that if you were to just to target barbershops, nothing would work. Why? Because the mentality of other people is the same, your competitors. They're thinking that they need to reach to the barbershops, when in reality, what you do, you target the pain points of the barbershops. For example, the fact that the barbershops missing clientele, or for example, you could create a story that talks about, the other day I walked to a barbershop, but there was another dude sitting in my place, even though I booked an appointment. What the hell is that? That would be an example of positioning a thread with a thread story in front of your audiences in a way where they get to be like, oh my God, I need to fix my book appointment system. Because if I don't, I'm going to be getting bad reputations from customers. And that's when you squeeze in, and then you show how you can help with that. So this would be the representation of transitive property of mathematics, where you're targeting not barbershops, but targeting the pain points of those barbershops, and clearly positioning yourself in a way where all of a sudden you are service provider who's solving that problem without explicitly telling a barbershop, hey, how can I help you? So guys, this is tea, and a lot of tea like that is available in our Threads Stack digital power bundle on Hypism. Hypism is a digital platform that we built. That platform allows business owners to connect with one another and of course get verified. Our verification fee is only $20. So if you guys are interested in getting access to Thread Stack, it's only $14.99 per month if you go through Hypism. Otherwise, you'd pay $79.99 per month. And yeah, it's just easier to go through Hypism. So this way you don't have to spend $79.99, you spend $14.99. It will solve your problem, and you could have a beautiful life, go spend vacation, enjoy, you get a lot of customers. And we also have systems, many different systems, and many business owners and grants available as well, where you could get grants for your business, that kind of stuff. And we could connect you with Feudal Lords for that as well. So if you guys are interested, send an email to info@hypism.com and let us know if you're a Freedom Founder or a Feudal Lord or just browsing. But yeah, growing on Threads could change your life, guys. And I'm gonna get some food now. I'll see you next time. Take care.